A comedy show with frequent twists and turns like the White Lotus is bound to have Easter eggs, a lot of which go right over people's heads. What's happening there, guys, and welcome back to another video on our channel. Today, we're going to take a look at the White Lotus Season 2 Easter eggs you missed. Number 5. The cameos from Survivor. A lot of White Lotus fans are unfamiliar with what Survivor was about, but the ones who are fans of both shows know what we're going to talk about. This Easter egg was probably not caught by most viewers, but in the opening scene of Season 2, the two women Daphne is conversing with before coming across two corpses were both contestants on Survivor. We're talking about Angelina Keeley and Kara Kay. One reason these two are on the show could be because Mike White, who's the creator of the White Lotus, was also on one season of Survivor, with Kay and Keeley being his fellow contestants. Aside from that, adding two contestants from a show like Survivor also strengthened the vibe of who's going to survive and who's going to die. According to White, weaving some Survivor into his show made the theme of it even more gut-wrenching, as the White Lotus thrives on social games and interpersonal relationships, which is also what Survivor was all about. Survivor was about winning by being cunning and strong, he said. In White Lotus 1, winning is about money and socioeconomic levels. With White Lotus 2, it's about sexual politics and power. Number 4. The unusual opening credits scene. The new opening credit scene of the White Lotus was anything but straightforward. However, what we got from it was that there's going to be a lot of death as the season progresses. From a philosophical standpoint, the credits suggest that when we don't deal with the sins of our past, they're bound to come back and bite us because history has a knack for repeating itself. Even the song playing in the back was quite different from the first season's credits, which was a bit more gentle. The new song choice was more flamboyant, bombastic, and hyper, and as the new season is based in Sicily, it had a Eurocentric vibe to it. Surely this Easter egg hints at the new season being a lot more intense from what fans are used to, so expect double the violence, sex, destruction, and mystery. Number 3. The Moors' Heads. Everything that we've seen on the White Lotus Season 2 has more or less given us an idea of what the story is going to be about and how it's going to progress. For those of you who are a bit slow, no offense, to catch up on all the hidden details that were very carefully slid into the show, what happens is a man travels to good old beautiful Sicily and falls head over heels with a pretty young girl. But here's the thing, the man is already married and also has kids back home, which is something that his new love interest didn't know about at first. When she finds out, she decapitates the man. The vases that are placed strategically around the hotel provide symbolism for the cut-off head of the man. Just like the previous season, this season also looks like it's going to have its fair share of scenarios revolving around infidelity. Before we continue, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying this video. Also, press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any more of our upcoming content. Now let's get back to the video. Number 2. The deal with Tanya and her husband. On a recent episode of the second season of The White Lotus, viewers got to see Tanya, who was a part of Season 1, and her new husband, Greg. We all know the kind of fun, wild rides Tanya has been on, and on this latest season of the show, since it's an anthology series, we're introduced to new cast members who are staying at the White Lotus Resort in Sicily, with the exception of Tanya, of course, who we're introduced to in Season 1. What happens in this recent episode is that Tanya and Greg rent a Vespa to look at the beautiful views that Sicily has to offer, but suddenly, a bug flies right into Tanya's mouth while she's having the time of her life in the backseat. It's fluttering around in there, Tanya yells while coughing. What does this mean exactly? Well, many have suggested that this too is an Easter egg, which indicates that something big is about to happen. Number 1. Dominic's wife. Most of you are oblivious to this, we're not gonna lie, so were we until quite recently, but the woman who Dominic was talking to on the phone, who was his wife, was being played by the one and only Laura Dern. The actor who plays Dominic, Michael Imperioli, also broke the news on his Instagram that the wife of his character, okay, the show was, as we said, was being played by Dern. But this raises a question. Will Dern's character be making a physical appearance in the White Lotus Resort? A lot of people have suggested that Dern was nothing more than just a quick cameo, but hey, the season isn't done airing yet, so we could still hope, right? With this, we've come to the end of our video. These were the Easter eggs from the second season of the White Lotus that you probably missed.